So, My Hero Academia is one of my favorite anime series of all time. It's definitely in my top 10. It's not the best anime I've ever seen, but it's pretty gosh darn good in many different regards. I mean, I read the manga and it's getting there. It's pretty good, I would say. Every anime and every manga has its flaws, minus Fullmetal Alchemist and Steins Gate, but there are quite a few things that I love about this series just in general. So I went with a few of my friends the other day, and we watched the My Hero Academia Heroes Rising movie. First off, it was in dub, and it actually wasn't that bad for once. Normally, I have a few complaints about dub because they all use the same 12 actors, and I want to be a voice actor. I want to do these kinds of things. I feel like I got talent and I work hard and all these things, but that's a different time for a different day. Like, shout out to them for just being successful and making it this far and being in a really popular shonen anime series. Anyway, back to me talking about the movie. This gosh darn movie was one of the most beautiful things I've seen from Studio Bones to this date. I'm talking about that specific end scene. Also, if you made it this far, spoilers up ahead, because why would you be watching my thoughts about this movie and not have seen the movie? But if you want to hear it without spoilers, it was really good. If you like My Hero Academia, you should watch it. Anyway, they have so many nods towards what's going on in the manga right now that it's not even funny. The anime isn't even close to the manga in terms of volumes. I think they're like, what, 4 or 5 volumes behind, something like that. I really don't keep track of the volumes. I just read them as they come out. I think currently they're on chapter, let me look it up right now. It's chapter 200 something, I'm pretty sure. It's 200 and... hello, My Hero Academia, show up. 262. They're on chapter 262. And it literally makes giant nods to the My Villains Academia arc, which, if you don't know what that is, I believe it's around chapter 200, I think. 200 to like 230, 220, something like that. Literally just look it up. I'm not your encyclopedia. Like, I don't mean to be sassy. I just mean that literally. Like, I don't know. I don't have the time to look it up. But it had so many nods to multiple things that's going on in the manga right now. It was, I admit, kind of a little bit of an ass pull at the end there, but they at least justified it. Or in my brain, because I paid attention and I read. And not to say that if you didn't get it, you're like dumb or whatever, because you're not. But Deku gave his One For All to Bakugo so that they could stack One For All on top of One For All. And then they each had access to different quirks that were within One For All. And listen, that entire end scene, them fighting, literally destroying, oh my gosh, like I cannot stress to you enough, if you have not seen this movie by now, you should watch that because every single, not only was the end fight scene beautiful and wonderful, it gave all of the side characters the exact kind of love that they deserved. I don't know if there are any Koda fans out there, but Koda got his time, okay? Shoji, right? I think his name is Shoji, the guy with like all the arms, right? Octopus Man? We're gonna call him Octopus Man because I don't remember what his name is. I think it's Shoji, but either way. No, Shoji's Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush. He even got his time. I still think Sugar Rush is just a knockoff Deku, and he's not even as good, but that's personal opinion. He's a great character. I like him. He like bakes and stuff. That's pretty cool. It's like me, except I don't get stronger from it. Whatever. Uraraka. Literally everybody, not even just Uraraka. Even if you hate Mineta went ham in this movie. Aoyama, my homie, my little boy, laser beamed that man to the sky. Oh my, bless my little French boy. Yaoyorozu, literally everybody went beyond what they could do, and it was really good to see everybody get that kind of worthy screen time that they deserved. Even Ida, like, we all talk, like, everybody talks about Deku, Bakugo, Kirishima, and Todoroki. those are like the four people that I see talking about the most, because Red Riot Unbreakable. I wanted to see Red Riot Unbreakable go over the main villain, the Chimera villain, which is what we called him because he just was heckin' overbroken. The pacing, I would say the pacing was pretty good. I really would. Overall, the narrative was pretty nice. It did seem kind of convenient that everything was happening the way that it did, but it's literally a shonen manga series. You shouldn't expect like phenomenal writing. Not to say that you shouldn't expect good writing from these kinds of series, you know, but I didn't walk in expecting it to be like a written masterpiece. Visually, it was great. Story-wise, it fit in pretty well, and I filled in the gaps with my imagination, but I can see why people said, like, especially towards the end with Deku getting his quirk back, that it was kind of ass pull. I can definitely see why people would say that, and I'm not even, like, denying it. It kind of is ass pull, but at the same time, we canonically talked about how One For All, right? One For All has a will of its own, right? So it literally willed itself back to Deku, because he was truly the one that was worthy of it and wearing and worthy to have it. Just because Bakugo was compatible doesn't mean that it should stay with him, you know? It has a will of its own. That's literally what we talked about, what my friend and I talked about, because he was like, this is ass pull, and I was like, kind of. Because we talked about how, as with Deku's fight versus Shinsuo, right? He saw each and every iteration of One For All in the corner there backing him up, and they were the reason why he was able to win that fight. So if they can do that, then why can't they will themselves to stay with their user instead of passing on, right? And besides, they really didn't even, like, Bakugo, I don't even think ingested anything. He just, like, touched his blood, and they, like, swoop, and that was it. Like, Float was in it. I don't know what Bakugo was doing, but his quirk either got really boosted or it was one of the other quirks was also in it. Visually astounding. And obviously Shigaraki always gotta come in the back like, what's good? I kill everything. Because he really does. This man comes out of nowhere and he's like, everyone's dead. Bye. And I'm like, Shigaraki, what are you doing? 9 was referenced in the manga, so it wasn't like none of this wasn't... It's not like any of this wasn't canon, but I wouldn't say that it was canon, you know? Canon just in terms of the official storyline, whether it follows in with the original narrative or if it was just an anime original kind of thing, is what I'm talking about when I refer to canon versus non-canon. It's a thing that apparently people in the anime community talk about. I don't really spend a lot of time in the anime community, so I can't really go over it a lot like that. Sorry, I know this was supposed to be my thoughts on the movie. Overall, the movie was really good. I loved it. I would go and watch it again. It was visually astounding. Great world building, great characters. The little boy, I thought it was a girl, by the way. And there was a big sister and a little brother. I thought they were both little sisters. Apparently I was wrong. Whatever. But that little brother, his ability was, his quirk was cellular manipulation, which is kind of broken. Okay. If you think about it, right? I mean, the way that he could do it, but he can use it to heal people. He can use it to literally break down your cellular structure. Just saying. At least I think it was something like that, like cellular manipulation or reproduction or whatever. And it's kind of broken. This is kind of broken, but he had the exact same step that Deku had in the very beginning of My Hero Academia, and it was just a perfect tribute to just show that he inspired somebody else to want to be a hero, you know? Even with a quirk that wouldn't really be suited, so to speak, for being a hero. It's all about how you use it and what you want to do. And I think that they really did that really well. And the big sister versus Bakugo, it literally was Deku and Bakugo, just in a different setting. It shows how many people lived a life similar to Midoriya, and just furthers the point of him being the one to, like, save us all or whatever, like Quirk Jesus or something. But It was an astounding movie. Like I cannot like say this enough. There are a few things that I would have preferred, or like I would have liked to see differently, or just see how things panned out in a different manner, but overall it was just absolutely wonderful. And if you haven't seen the movie, please watch the movie. Support the official release so we can get more stuff like this. I recommend it to literally anybody. I know I'm kind of like blabbering at this point, but like it was just such a good movie. It was just so good. Go watch it.